Have you ever felt a quiet pang of guilt for choosing yourself, like skipping a social event for a night alone, or finally saying no to a request, only to wonder if you were selfish? This feeling is common, yet rarely discussed. It can make even healthy self-care feel like a transgression. Logically, you know rest and personal time are important, but an inner voice insists you should be doing more for others. This internal conflict can turn peace into anxiety, making you question your motives. But feeling guilt for self-care doesn't mean you're selfish. It often means you're deeply compassionate and simply unaccustomed to prioritizing yourself. This guilt is a learned response, not a reflection of your true character. Let's explore where this feeling comes from, why it's so powerful, and how to soften its grip, so you can see self-care as a fundamental act of self-respect. Guilt is often seen as a sign we've done something wrong, but that's not always true, especially when it comes to self-care. The guilt of setting boundaries or prioritizing your needs is different from the guilt of actual wrongdoing. It's a sign of change, not error. A signal you're stepping outside old patterns. If you've always put others first, saying no feels unnatural, and your brain interprets it as a threat. Like learning a new skill, this discomfort is just the feeling of growth. The guilt isn't proof of selfishness. It's the emotional stretch of breaking old habits. Pause and ask, have I truly harmed anyone, or am I just breaking an old rule? Most often you'll find you're simply honoring your own well-being. Reframe guilt as a milestone on your path to a healthier, more balanced life. People-pleasing often looks like kindness, but it's usually rooted in fear. As children, we learned that being agreeable kept us safe and loved, so we adapted, tying our value to how much we give and how little we ask for. This survival strategy becomes an unconscious habit in adulthood, driven by fear of rejection or conflict. We say yes when we mean no, overcommit, and silence our needs, not out of selfless kindness, but to avoid disapproval. Recognizing this is powerful. It lets us view our people-pleasing with compassion, not judgment. It was a brilliant strategy for a younger self, but as adults, we can question if it still serves us. Is it creating authentic relationships, or just resentment and burnout? True kindness comes from genuine choice, not fear. If you've spent your life people-pleasing, setting boundaries, or practicing self-care can feel wrong, even dangerous. Your brain is wired to believe prioritizing others is the key to safety and connection, so changing that triggers anxiety and guilt. Saying no feels like risking relationships, and self-care can feel unproductive or selfish. The inner critic echoes old voices. You don't deserve this rest. This discomfort is normal. It's the friction of change, not a sign you're doing something wrong. Every time you set a boundary or rest despite guilt, you're rewiring your brain. You're teaching yourself it's safe to have needs and that your worth is not conditional. The discomfort is simply growing pains on the path to authenticity. Think of guilt around self-care as a withdrawal symptom from people-pleasing. Overgiving can be addictive. We crave the validation and approval it brings. When you stop, your brain misses that hit of feeling needed, and guilt is the withdrawal. It's not a moral failing. It's your system adjusting to a new way of being. This withdrawal can show up as anxiety or the urge to fix things by reverting to old habits. Resisting this urge is crucial for healing. Seeing guilt as withdrawal depersonalizes it. You're not selfish, you're just detoxing from external validation. Notice the feeling, acknowledge it, and let it pass. This shift in perspective gives you strength to keep choosing yourself. When guilt arises, use it as a chance to look inward. Ask, where is this feeling coming from? Who taught me my worth is tied to productivity or selflessness? These beliefs were often survival tools from childhood, but they may not serve you now. Recognize that these rules are old stories, not universal truths. By questioning their source, you loosen guilt's grip and reclaim your right to choose yourself. Thank the old belief for its protection, then gently let it go. This is a profound act of self-compassion and a step toward freedom. When guilt hits after self-care or setting a boundary, try this grounding practice. Find a quiet space, or just close your eyes. Take slow, deep breaths, in through your nose, out through your mouth. Place a hand on your heart and another on your belly. Feel the comfort of your own touch. Gently acknowledge. I feel guilty right now, and that's okay. This is just old conditioning. By naming the feeling, you create space between you and the guilt. Offer yourself compassion as you would a friend. It's safe for me to have needs. Taking care of myself helps me show up for others. Repeat these affirmations gently. The goal isn't to erase guilt instantly, but to hold yourself kindly through it. Each time you do, you reinforce that choosing yourself is safe and healthy. We often confuse self-respect with selfishness, but they're not the same. Selfishness is taking from others without care. Self-respect is recognizing your own worth and needs. Like putting on your own oxygen mask first, self-care is necessary, not selfish. When you're depleted, you can't give authentically. Your kindness comes from emptiness, not abundance. True generosity flows from a place of fullness. Honoring your needs creates sustainable energy and genuine care for others. Self-respect strengthens relationships and teaches others how to treat you. Choosing yourself is the foundation for healthy, authentic connection. Breaking free from guilt and embracing self-respect is a journey, not a quick fix. At first, every act of self-care may feel hard, but with each choice, you cast a vote for the person you want to become. The voice of guilt will soften, and discomfort will fade. You'll see the world doesn't fall apart when you prioritize your well-being. Relationships based on self-abandonment may shift, but space opens for authentic connections. Your energy and peace will grow, and you'll feel more aligned with yourself. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes. Self-respect turns into an intuitive act. With every step, the path to choosing yourself gets lighter.